So I do not come from a close-knit family, and because of this I'm not able to handle friendships and relationships. Can you advise?
Yeah. I don't know, brother or sister, Jesus came from a home. Jesus became like us. Have you ever heard in your life of anybody who was born in a cowshed? Even in the slums, nobody's born in a cowshed. I've never in my life heard of a human being born in the midst of cows and donkeys with all that tetanus around. The doctors say that the thing that a woman should be careful about when she gives birth is tetanus. Anti-tetanus injections they give to every woman when she's delivering. And a cowshed is the place full of tetanus. Imagine Jesus being born over there. Why was he born? Why did God choose that? Because he had to come underneath everybody. Why did he allow Jesus to suffer the shame of being considered an illegitimate child? Because they would say nobody knows who his father is. Have you noticed in some places he says, oh, he's the son of Mary. When they were happy with him, they would call him the son of Joseph. When they were angry with him, they'd call him the son of Mary. The very subtle way of insulting, saying we don't know who his father is. Notice that in the Gospels. You read that in Luke 4, son of Joseph, when he was happy with them. Or when they despise him, Mark 6, oh, this is the son of Mary. So he faced that because there are so many illegitimate children in the world who they don't know who their father is. They were born in adultery, or they were born through their parents having premarital sex or something like that. Okay, so what? Jesus understands that. And then in the same way, Jesus came from a home where he had 4 brothers and at least 2 sisters. You read that in Mark 6. And they didn't understand him. So in a sense, he was a lonely person, not at all close-knit. Maybe the others were close-knit, but Jesus was like a lonely person. Why? Because he needed to understand someone like you who comes from a family which is not close-knit. And he understands. What I want you to see is Jesus is the closest friend that you can ever have, because he understands everything that you have gone through. Maybe you've lost a father when you were young, or you lost a mother when you're young. Jesus understands that. I don't know what age Jesus was when Joseph died. The responsibility fell upon him. But many, many circumstances of your life, he understands even if nobody else understands. And don't make the circumstances of your life an excuse for not doing what the Bible tells you to do. Psychologists will say, oh, well, we understand. You were abused in childhood, or your mother died, or your father died, so that's forgivable. Rubbish! That's for people who don't know God. Once you make an excuse, like I told you in the beginning, like Adam, the moment you make an excuse for your sin, there's very little hope for you. But take the blame 100% for your sin, there's tremendous hope for you. Don't ever, ever, ever listen to the psychologists who say, oh, that's because you were abused as a child. Oh, that's because you became an orphan. Or that's because you're from not a close-knit family. These are all ways by which the devil wants you to feel sorry for yourself. And do you know that feeling sorry for yourself is a sin? It's like committing adultery. Why should I feel sorry for myself when I am become a child of God in the midst of multitudes of people who are going to hell? Why should anybody here feel sorry for himself? When you're a child of God, God's blessed you with every spiritual blessing in heavenly places in Christ. You come to a church where you've heard such wonderful truths and you feel sorry for yourself. That is because you're listening to psychologists and people who talk, say, no, I'm a child of God. Okay, my circumstances are not the very best, so what? But I can overcome that and become a greater overcomer. Supposing you're from not a close-knit family, and you overcome that handicap, and you become a zealous Christian. Do you know that you have overcome something which a person from a close-knit family did not overcome, because they were not tempted in that way? So you become a greater overcomer. The result is, one day, God will use you to bless somebody who's also from a difficult family situation. And you can say, brother, I understand your situation very well. Sister, I understand your situation because I'm from that type of situation myself. So if you've gone through that, or supposing you're an orphan, had no father and mother, and you didn't feel sorry for yourself. Say, well, what can I do if my father and mother died when I was small? That's not my fault. But I thank God my Lord picked me up and I'm a child of God, I'm a happy person. Imagine what a tremendous ministry you'll have to so many orphans in the world. Telling them, don't feel sorry for yourself. I was also from that type of situation, and see what God did with my life. But if you feel sorry for yourself and listen to all these psychologists and feel sorry, you'll just waste your life. So believe that everything, handicap that you have in your life is an opportunity to overcome something that will make you a greater overcomer, which another person who does not have that to overcome will not need.